When we last left MaJaMa, hey, that's us. They were excavating a cavern of discarded horror movie script ideas in hopes of finding one worthy of resurrection. I can't believe we're still excavating a cavern of discarded horror movie script ideas in hopes of finding one worthy of resurrection.
Oh, find one. Find one. What is all gum? But I think I can make out the words blood and tip. I think that's tits.
No. It definitely says tits. It's tits.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Welcome back, everybody, once again to MaJaMa Jams, from our couch to yours. Welcome back, everybody, once again to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we sit around and talk about other people's work to avoid doing our own. Now, once again, happy October. We are in the middle of our spooktacular month-long binge of oddball scary movies, and today is no exception. You guys may see we're having a little slumber party here, but at the same time, we're trying not to fall asleep.
Slumber parties are for girls, sleepovers for guys.
Are they? Oh. I had no idea.
It's a very Chad Eastham breakdown of slumber party nomenclature.
Where do you think I got it from?
You know, the thing about guys is that we don't have slumber parties, we have sleepovers, and sometimes we might try to flex.
When a girl looks in the mirror, she often focuses on one tiny imperfection on her body, no matter where that may be. A guy, he can be 300 pounds, covered in hair, smell like a dead horse, and we will still focus on like the only one area of our bicep that's like, you're like, you look so good today. I like you.
So, we are on a MaJamber slumber party, MaJamber. Hopefully you guys out there are cuddled up with your blankets and some popcorn to avoid and fend off the ghosts. But the reason we are dressed like
I don't
this
think popcorn's gonna stop ghosts.
is because today's movie is, if we went by what's on the DVD cover, the Bollywood Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Also known as
Mahakaal.
Mahakaal. It's on the posters in back of us. Again, new thing we're doing here. So, Mateo
Yes.
found this.
Oh.
How?
Outside, just on the front step?
Someone left it on the patio?
Threw it at me in a very...
You were at Ralph's and all of a sudden something hit your head and it was a guy saying, "Hey, stupid,
Hey.
watch this movie."
You want to buy it? Mahakaal?
As this happens.
Mahakaal.
Macaulay Culkin.
So Mateo, in his infinite plethora of oddball movie knowledge, brings this to the table. And we thought it was going to kind of be a slog, and it was maybe towards the end. But
It was just long.
Yes.
more entertaining than I thought, and for several reasons, which we'll get into. But I don't know if we need to do synopsis, because quite literally this apes... now again, you guys may gasp. I still have not seen the original Nightmare, nor any of the follow-ups. I've seen the Jasons, the Michaels, the Chuckies, the Ghostfaces. I've dabbled in a bit of everything else. I've never seen a Nightmare. It's fucking unreal.
I believe in you.
So I can't confirm personally, but these two tell me this is basically aping the first Nightmare with the same slavish devotion as, let's say, Gus Van Sant's Psycho.
No.
So it's pretty much the same exact thing with some Bollywood numbers thrown in.
It's
Yeah?
fairly different.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah?
it's
I mean, it's the same thing, but it's different.
it's the same thing. It just doesn't have the
White people.
meat. And the editing begins.
It's true. It doesn't have white people in it.
Whereas in Bollywood, of course, it's not.
Is Bollywood a real place?
No.
Is the gentleman that played 5 roles alive, and can we meet him and congratulate him on giving us some of the most genuine bursts of laughter?
Namaskaram. Welcome to hotel.
He also has no finish.
No.
Listen, someone else that has to do this walkthrough, because if you guys are saying it slightly differentiates, I don't
It's
know
just
anything
the
about
girl who thinks she's starts having dreams of a guy chasing her. Her friend has the same dream. Her friend gets killed. Soon her other friends start getting killed and seeing this guy, just a mysterious dude with a burned out face. She tells her father. She says that she's crazy. He eventually admits to her that she's not crazy. He killed this guy because he kidnapped his other daughter, her kid sister, and sacrificed him because he was some kind of wizard or sorcerer.
Black magic.
With black magic. He kept the glove, and eventually her boyfriend in Kung Fu fights Shakal.
That's true. That's a big important difference from the first one.
Yeah, Shakal.
Shakal.
Yes.
Chakal.
At the very end, and then apparently his lair was a medieval torture chamber, and they crush him under some
Yes, kind of like
Indiana
a
Jones
it's
spikes.
a mixture between it's an upside down nail bed
Yes.
and an Iron Maiden kind of stuff, and yes, he died. But so it's never clear if it's
Upside down nail bed. Is that a Gwar song?
it's never. I mean, it looks like even if it's supposedly to be a ghost, it seems pretty physical because they punch him and.
I guess that's when he's able to break through.
They never play it as a ghost. Or it's, like you said, it's always played as a physical. This is played more as a ghost face as opposed to a Freddy. It seems like.
No, because clearly he
dreaming.
pops in a bunch of different locations.
But now
at
that
the
he's
same
killed enough kids, he has the power to rip through that
Okay.
tiger painting.
Well, I guess I'm thinking of that 10-minute long kung fu thing at the end, like you guys said.
Yes.
Which
No, that's
kind
what
of
I'm saying.
grounds it as an actual
at
character.
At that point, he's grabbed the girl, gone back to the lair where the dad originally caught him and killed him with the younger sister.
Listen, I don't care about any of this. I just want to talk about that guy's performance who started off as Michael Jackson and then became 4 different people.
Hey, Prakash, my friend, my man, abhi aata.
And I know
And they use like what, 4 lines from Thriller?
we watched a little
Yes.
we watched a little documentary afterwards, that guy doing the breakdown that said American audiences might find that the shift jarring since a sudden over-the-top comedic relief. He said it's more par for the course in India.
Well,
So I accept the fact that it's just a simple dumb cultural thing, that it seems so hilarious. I mean, for me.
your culture is stupid.
My culture is stupid, quite literally, because I am a clown that
Bacteria culture.
only devours idiocy. But that guy was the high point of my life. From the very first second he erupted onto the beat.
George Lopez, James Brown, and Bruno Mars.
And Bruno Mars.
I don't think you need to say anything beyond George Lopez.
You're a fucking idiot if you think that. You are a fucking idiot if you think that.
Maybe King.
He's wearing the fucking
Maybe, like
fedora,
I said, Little Richard.
sunglasses, and the suit at the end dancing. And he's sweaty like he just did a fucking shit ton of heroin in the bathroom.
And he made his performance is the epitome of subtle.
आओ हमको फिल्म में चांस देने के वास्ते 2 दिन के बाद में आओ राम से ब्रदर्स ने हमको बुलाया उनको हमारा थोबड़ा बहुत पसंद आया मेरे को बोला हम तुमको लंबा रोल देगा
If you want something subtle, go to him because it's just like
Mainly the hotel manager. That was his most toned down character.
yes, probably.
With a Hitler mustache.
With and there's strange lines on the forehead, I think, or it was just like his natural wrinkles. I don't know.
This is the first time in my life I've been like, comparatively, this Ace Ventura performance is subtle. You know what? I actually, I really like it.
I mean, it was the best parts of the movie. But all right, so
I feel like there's a. We talk about not going over the top, and sometimes it's appropriate, but ideally, even over the top comedy, as you know, we've
Yes.
learned, there's always some type of control. There's always some sort of, this is still an act. We're pulling off something. I think I enjoyed this because, and I don't want to say that this guy didn't put control into his performance, because again, every performer is a performer, and I try to remember that. But I love how dialed up it was because of the fact that it makes like a Jim Carrey or a Tom Green if Freddy Got Fingered or a Jerry Lewis. It almost literally makes them seem subtle.
Yes.
And I actually love
that's
it.
just because it's jarring, because it's popped throughout as opposed to a
Well,
character.
dude, you have to admit that, like I said, the scene I was just imitating, you talked about the hotel manager. He's literally doing like,
Yes.
Yeah, it's what he spins around.
look, I'm saying I love it. I am saying I am here for this, and beyond us, we could just, like I said, we could take this cliche route and cackle at it. I thought it was like,
But-
that was fucking amazing.
All right, so
how,
this
because he
guy-
just kicks through the door in the first scene doing beat it moves, and his face is already full
No.
on like,
Thriller.
Thriller.
And you get about
it was a bad poster.
yeah, it was a bad poster,
Yeah.
but there was like 3 seconds of the Thriller song before they cut it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
then you hear the beat in the background. I think you hear actually a song in the background, quiet, and he's dancing through a cafeteria, which looks like a
Yeah.
homeless shelter.
It's weird.
And also,
yes.
he got a juicy roll.
A meaty.
I'm sorry, a meaty roll.
मेरे को बोला हम तुमको लंबा रोल देगा
He got a meaty role in some sort of film.
And you thought he was gay.
Well, he kisses that dude.
That was for laughs.
Well,
Which is what I told Dad when he caught me with the guy.
it was.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
What's going on here? And I want a non-gay explanation.
I have this chart. X whatever is not gay.
Here's what's going into what.
Anita. Anita. Anita.
कैसे तुम मर चुकी हो तुम मर चुकी हो
Anita.
So the movie is basically a toned down in terms of gore. Nightmare on the Street, even if it hits a lot of beat.
And yet, very stylish still in its own way, I would say.
Yes, it steals also a couple of scenes. One from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. And Nightmare 3, The Dream Warriors, I think it is.
Dream
Real quick, because I'm uninitiated.
Yes.
What is your guy? I think I already know yours. What is your guys' pick for the best out of the Freddy Nightmare series?
I mean, the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mateo has a different answer, I think.
No.
You still say the first?
I still
With
say
a very strong to new Nightmare. You always
yes.
mention that's a
the
nice.
seventh one.
Would you say that's actually the second best?
Probably.
You know, I don't think I've seen that one.
We watch it together.
Never mind, I've seen that one.
Miss me?
Is the overly meta? Is the one that was
Bone.
The Bone Collector. Case in point, I remember that fact because we have...
is the one where Wes Craven plays himself
Yes.
right in the script as we see it, pretty much.
One of our first ever excited comments on the trailer was...
You saw it?
No, on our Bad CGI Sharks trailer, one of the first comments was, so Deadpool mixed with Sharknado with a dose of New Nightmare thrown in. And that's why I haven't seen it, but I always know, okay, they met it.
You guys sure talk a lot about bad CGI sharks.
Someone's got to.
True.
Matthew joke. Yay.
Yeah, because...
Yeah.
The thing is that unlike Nightmare on Elm Street, where actually A Nightmare on Elm Street, the actual title of the first one, there is not really much of a mythology, and there is not really. I mean, in the Wes Craven's movie, Freddy Krueger had a reason why going after the kids of Elm Street. It was his turf, pretty much, and he was actually trying to finish his job, I guess, that he was killed for several years before by the parents.
You want to know who Fred Krueger was? He was a filthy child murderer who killed at least 20 kids in the neighborhood. Kids we all knew.
Oh, Mom.
It drove us crazy when we didn't know who it was. But it was even worse after they got him.
In this one, it's just like is a monster that kidnaps kids.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to...
There is no
He gets some kind of power
particular
from
connection.
sacrifice.
So Freddy was a garden variety serial killer. Once the angry mob
Is that a
killed
pun?
him, he then becomes... That's funny, I think. Hands?
Yeah.
Once the mob kills him, then he becomes the supernatural appear in your dreams.
No, it's not
Freddy.
the mob. It's the families of the kids
The
who were
mob
killed.
families.
Yes, because what happens was that he was arrested.
Imagine if I just smacked it and clicked against your teeth.
That would be fun.
The mob versus Krueger.
A bunch of us parents tracked him down after they let him out. We found him in an old abandoned boiler room where he used to take his kids.
Go on.
Took gasoline. We poured it all around the place and made a trail of it out the door. Then lit the whole thing up and watched it burn.
That's why he is disfigured.
Similar to what happened to Michael Jackson.
During the Pepsi commercial.
Oh yeah, what happened?
He got fired during shooting the Pepsi commercial.
But that was actually because a bunch of parents
Yes.
of kids
No,
he slept with
he
decided,
caught fire. Not he got fired. He caught fire.
Oh, okay,
During
that's
the-
funny. I mean, the blessing, the second part, the double.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, in this one,
Oh, his robe is hot. Okay.
Put the hood up.
Shut up, man. Why don't you put your hood up?
I don't have one.
Mahakaal is just like is disfigured, but there is no
Looks like the Wolfman.
Shakal.
Looks like the Wolfman.
Looks like a
and
creeper.
He looks like the Wolfman
Yeah, it
with
looks like the creeper, the
like an
monk,
80s
the-
action star slick back.
How is this not a movie from 1972?
Thank you. That was my first comment, is that nothing aesthetically...
1993?
1972. It's a 1993 movie.
Yeah.
It does not look in any way, shape, or form. Gun to the head, I would have my brains blown out
do you
because I would
think
never guess
the
90s.
93 is... Actually, no. Like we were saying, there was references from Nightmare 3, so it couldn't have been filmed earlier.
Nope. Because is as the scene of the waterbed scene is exactly that. Pretty much they used the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, that scene, for almost like a storyboard. Just a bit by bit.
And see, that's why this was interesting, because I thought that was such a kick-ass shot, and I've never seen the original, so I don't...
Well, now it's ruined forever.
Which now I'm start.
I thought it was great. The water underneath the water
Yeah,
bed was fucking...
I start to think of, which is always dangerous. It might be Nightmare 4 even, the waterbed.
So, sorry, real quick, just because it's interesting as a nerd. Michael first, then Jason, then
Who says
then
it's
Freddy.
interesting? Yeah.
Michael, Jason, Freddy.
Yes.
Also alphabetically, too.
You got me.
Backwards.
Backwards.
Yes.
Yes.
I know the alphabet.
Yes. Yes.
So that usually it's about 2 years between the movie. By 1994, you could have had like 5 of them out.
Yeah, I think that Dream Child was the 5th one.
Wait, I thought Freddy's Dead is 5.
You guys don't even know.
That's the 6th one.
Oh.
The Dream Child is 89, I want to say. Probably.
Put it over Jason's stupid ass face.
So basically, by this point, we could have had the whole damn series out.
No.
No.
No,
There was
close to.
still missing Freddy's Dead and
New Nightmare.
New Nightmare.
And Freddy vs. Jason.
Freddy vs. Jason, which is semi-canon, yes.
And Jason goes
to hell, but that's the 9th Friday the 13th. And also, it quotes, as we were mentioning while watching it, Day of the Dead.
Yes,
with
the
the
hand
hands.
scene.
and probably just a smidge of Ghostbusters for when the hands are grabbing her from the ground rather than the chair.
So how did they get away with this? Are the laws different in different countries?
Well, they're not really.
You just do it. I mean, it's kind of like. I'm more surprised that. I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm more surprised that they got away with Cruel Jaws, which actually used sequences from Jaws.
Well, how did Jason Goes to Hell use Freddy's glove if they hadn't signed a deal yet to make the movie?
I think that back then, New Line just acquired. Magic.
What is that thing?
Yes. Don't keep it that. Okay. I think that back then, New Line had just acquired Nightmare on Elm Street, because the first 8 Friday the 13th. The first 8 Friday were Paramount, and Freddy's death is New Line. And New Line is the house that Freddy built, so...
It even looks like a little house.
Yeah, very true. So this movie just got simply the idea of the gloves and the burnt face and the kids dead, and the interesting variation in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger walks, as one of the 2 blue screen shots of the movie, he walks through the cell of the kid, and here just he opens the door. They didn't have it in the budget. But surprisingly enough, instead of making a noose with the the bed sheet, he claws at the wall, and cobras are coming out. There were a lot of cobras.
Yes.
That was a pretty cool shot.
Also, from what it looked like, he was actually in the room with...
Yes.
Or there was no partition between them.
It didn't look like... they probably were either defanged or they had the mouth. It's kind of like in Day of the Dead at the beginning, when the zombies are populating the town. There is out of the building, it comes out the zombies with an alligator. And if you look, the alligator has the mouth. It's actually just because it's an alligator. So.
Yeah, but I guess he dies of fear. Just scared of the snakes.
Yes, it's never actually clear if.
But it was an effective.
Yeah, it was a nice because I've never seen that many cobras all at once.
That's a lot of fucking cobras.
Yes.
A couple nice shots in this,
Have you seen that video of that baby playing with a cobra?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the guy who smacked the cobra in the head, which is always a great. And the wonderful documentary Kiss My Cobra. It's a real thing.
And also the time I lost my job and then Dad said, you're not going to have insurance, you should get Cobra.
Funny enough, we were just talking about the donut. Funny enough, we were just talking about the donut that you stole from Stop and Shop.
You and Dad?
Yes. Oh, no. He thought we were talking about the donut, but then he mentioned the drawing of the pterodactyl. But I thought he was talking about your donut. Jason was going to buy a donut, so he says, but he just took it.
No, I took it. I didn't have any money.
You said you were going to pay for it.
That's what you say when someone costs
You told me that.
No, I didn't.
Is that a topic of conversation that comes up frequently during your...
It's painful.
The only real reason to mention this, and I do think this is genuinely hysterical, is that anyone who knows Mitch Hedberg, legendary comedian, rest in peace, knows that one of his most iconic and known bits is the donut bit.
I bought a donut and they gave me a receipt for the donut. I don't need a receipt for a donut. I'll just give you the money. You give me the donut. And the transaction. We don't need to bring ink and paper into this. I just cannot imagine a scenario where I'd have to prove that I bought a donut.
Ha ha ha, classic Mitch bit. I was fired from my first job because I took this donut. An undercover security guard ran up on me, asked me if I had a receipt for the donut. I did not, and I desperately needed a receipt for a donut at that point to prove I bought it. And so a very a very surreal, absurd Mitch Hedberg bit was actually something that happened in my life.
So you just proven that Mitch Hedberg lied.
It was a hack.
Yes.
It was a fucking hack. No, I always think that's hysterical because the bit is so literally, I cannot imagine a scenario when I would need a receipt to prove I brought a donut. I lost a job because of it.
Well,
Moving
so
on.
everyone in Mahakaal is 45.
Yes.
But at least they're in college.
Yeah, university.
I thought,
The
that's not high
building-
school?
No, the building says college on it
Yeah.
in English.
And apparently it's a college where you can easily rape a girl or...
Oh yeah, what the hell? They just have
a
no
young woman.
problem
Sorry, a
throwing
young
someone in the middle of the field in broad daylight and like, let's
Or punch anybody
let's
else.
hose her down.
मुझे तुमसे नहीं तुम्हारे जिस्म से प्यार है और जिस्मानी प्यार में इज्जत कम
And nobody says anything unless
I mean,
the teacher who has the ability of teleporting from...
सर वो देखिए
क्या हो रहा है ये सब Stop it!
and then he comes down and he's like, hey, stop it. Stop it. When this dude just had a fucking pickaxe, driving it through the fucking windshield of the car, he had hedge clippers, and he would have literally decapitated one of the students if he didn't duck out of the way. And then right after this, there's like a whole fucking picnic dance number when they're dancing in the middle of a fucking lake.
Yes.
Thank you
They
for
parked
reminding
the
me
car
about
in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, shit doesn't work. But
The
then
picnic dance number. Thank you for reminding me. And yes, the
Picnic
fact that
dance
the
number is
car,
probably-
the front of the car, wheels are submerged, and then they're like, no, that's actually not true. The girl says,
ये क्या है
इसे स्पार्क प्लग कहते हैं कल सुबह गाड़ी में लगा लेना गाड़ी चालू हो जाएगी
अच्छा तो ये शरारत आपकी थी
अगर मैं ये शरारत नहीं करती तो हम पिकनिक कैसे मनाते?
It's very weird because it almost seems like when Mahakaal is on screen,
Mahakaal.
Mahakaal is on screen, we're following that plot, and then otherwise it's like a high school drama with this guy that's a jerk that wants the girl, and
not to
because
mention
it's kind of an ongoing theme of like this asshole's trying to get this girl, and what is it with everyone keeps being like, hey boss, you're upset about that girl, hey boss, that girl doesn't like you, hey boss, like did that Michael Jackson guy join his gang? Does he have a gang?
No, he was making fun of him.
Yes.
He was mocking him by massaging his foot.
What?
The Michael Jackson guy is doing something to his foot, which is on his lap, while he's making everyone laugh.
क्या बात है उस्ताद? आपको हर लड़की में अनीता ही नजर आती है?
क्या बात है? आज बड़ा मस्का मार रहा है तू मुझे? तू तो दूसरी पार्टी का आदमी है।
बात ये है उस्ताद, जो कमजोर होता है ना, अपन उसकी तरफ हो जाते हैं।
क्या बोला? मैं कमजोर हूँ?
नहीं लाला, गुस्से की तलवार को भेजे की म्यान में रखो। मैं ताकत की नहीं, मोहब्बत की बात कर रहा हूँ लाला।
It's towards the end, and he's saying, hey boss, how come that girl doesn't pay attention to you? And everyone's laughing, while the boss's foot is in his lap, and he's doing one of these to it. Wow, he actually has a Jason. You don't remember that?
No.
Because you're right. You said he was saying stuff that made the people around laugh, but while he's doing this, he literally, the dude has his leg on him, and he's doing some sort of like...
Are you sure it was his leg?
Foot massage.
It's highly possible.
And
roll the clip.
Is the gag supposed to be that his dad did sleep around and has a bunch of kids, and they think he's
that's what I gather.
playing
Yes.
the character? Because there's a scene where
the college couple cracks up like he's so funny, and all he's saying is "Take me to my brother."
They say twice.
And he goes,
I mean, first at the hotel manager or whatever it is.
क्या जी? आप अमर जैसा, हमारा डबल रोल क्या? हमारा बाप कभी बम्बई, कभी मद्रास, कभी बम्बई, अप एंड डाउन क्या?
And then later on, yet another different character says also Dad had an adventure.
Yes, but they just laugh at him because they think he's playing a character. But
Yeah.
he seems genuinely stunned that they're like, "Please help me find my brother. Why are you laughing at me?"
तेरी तो टांग मत तो अगर दूसरे ने मुझसे कहा था बेटा, किसी के पेट पे नहीं, पीठ पे मारो।
Did we get an official character count? Like, it's at least 5, right?
I think it's 5 because there is the principal one, which is the Puma sweater.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, the first one that dances to Michael right off the
He was
bat.
just a student, though.
Yes, or he works in the bar or restaurant because, for example, he's serving everybody or whatever. And then he is the hotel manager. Hitler.
Peeping Tom Hitler.
Peeping Tom Hitler.
Oh, who is alongside
Hitler
his
was
same...
also a Peeping Tom? My God.
Alongside his same self on screen. Him and the other version of himself.
Yes, and then they get beaten up by the girl.
By using a Hanna-Barbera gag.
चल चुप। चुप। मैं खाने का ऑर्डर लेने को आया था
It's like trying to recount a dream.
By the young lady. I apologize. It's not a girl. It's a young lady.
So...
and then there is the guy with the arm up that beats everybody in the bar.
And then they cut to him talking about it like it was a fantasy of his.
Yes.
But then the girls are saying, "Oh no, thank God he was there because we were gonna get
Right.
raped." Because these 4 dudes, and once again, this happens all the time in the middle of crowds of people. That
And everybody seems to be fine.
no, that actually does happen. That
Yes.
that no one's actually gonna step into to help. This is just so blatantly that you run into a restaurant, throw these girls on a fucking table where a couple was just eating, and start trying to rape them. And no
Hey,
one...
honey, every time we come here, someone throws a fucking girl and tries to rape her right in the middle of my meal.
Wait, there's a rape girl in my soup. I'm sorry.
And then the bookshelf revolves.
Yes, and
he's
enters.
there like this with some
Yes.
sort of beads or.
Yeah, it's a very strange full beard.
Oh yeah, and a fake wig, and he keeps blowing the hair out of his face.
Oh yeah, he just keeps on doing.
Waiter,
those,
what's this rapist doing in my soup? Looks like some backstrokes. Strokes.
You know I got it, but
Yeah.
it should have been like. That's fine.
Yeah, it was a fly.
We'll
but
work on it.
It's fine. Yeah, it's very large bowl of soup. And then he is.
Jizzing in it.
No, the guy, the other characters. He is yet the other.
Look, I can take someone raping a girl in my soup, but once he comes in, I draw the line. I would like to complain to the manager. This is the first time this has happened. I'm accustomed to women being thrown into my meal, but finishing in my soup, there has to be this thing called civilization and decorum.
The viscosity is too dense.
A lot of fights.
A lot of fights and a lot of
Yeah.
Foley artists. Every single thing makes sound.
God, it
And-
hurts.
Yes, the walk. Every time somebody is walking, it looks like it's coming from a tap dancing routine.
Or like someone's walking like in wet socks and they're slapping it down on the
Yes.
ground.
And then, not to mention the chains
God,
at the
fucking
beginning.
chains.
And
At least it was only the beginning, really.
yes,
But still,
they
there's that
come back at a
creaking
certain
gate.
point. And then there is the
I can imagine being hungover and just fucking your brain just
yeah,
rattling
because
inside
everything
your head.
is also enhanced incredibly. I mean, even not the cauldron, but those vases on fire.
Yes.
Which is clearly made with crinkling paper or
Yeah.
something. Also, a lot of teachers are slapping their students with no much of a problem.
Plus, you would. I mean, it's weird to say, but it'd almost be more acceptable or understandable if it was a younger kid. Like
Yes.
if for with capital punishment.
Yes.
But yeah, a
First
professor.
of all, you ain't slapped no man.
A professor slapping a college kid.
Just like not a
Yeah.
यही साला mind your language.
Also, one of the things about this movie is zoom in
Zoom out.
and zoom out. Every 2
Turn
seconds.
yourself about.
Yeah.
Jump in. Jump out. To introduce yourself.
Your name is yeah, and you're a gonna be a woo every day of your life.
Every moment there is a boom, zoom in, zooms out, zooms in, zooms out. When they see the first victim, there are 3 zooms
Yeah.
to her close up.
Jump in, jump out, turn yourself about. Jump in, jump out, introduce yourself. My name is Jason. Oh, god damn it, Alexa. My name is Jason, and I'm a cashier. Gonna be a cashier for the rest of my life.
For the rest of his life.
That's depressing.
So we
And
actually
true.
haven't even talked about our main character, Anita.
Anita,
Her name was said a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
With subtitles.
Anita?
Anita.
Anita?
Anita! Anita!
Anita?
Who has a steady
She's 45 also.
has a steady guy.
She's hip. She's cool. She's 45.
Lives with her parents.
Yes.
Her mom still tucks her into bed, and
They have a switchboard for
yes, very
to turn off the light.
like every single light switch for the house is in that one room.
in her room.
Is she our
yes.
main protagonist? Who's the other girl?
Exactly. They,
Yes.
they look so much alike. I mean, just because of they have the same hairstyle.
Yes, they didn't. It wasn't very clear. At least, even in Nightmare on Elm Street, Nancy is brunette and Tina is blonde. So,
Yes.
I mean, they're completely different also, and they're both very good.
It's like the two girls in Dead Heat. The hell, which one is which?
Yes, exactly.
Wasn't there 3?
I don't know.
No, one was Joe Piscopo.
I might have something in my closet. Something for that unexpected overnight guest, Miss James?
I would imagine that probably for the audience of Bollywood or India in general, it's much clearer also all this both the shifts in tone and understanding much better.
Understand.
Well, you know, I really like the sense of joy that the picnic thing had, and as we talked about, this is quite literally how a movie like A Wet Hot American Summer would do a parody like, hey, let's all be the kids having fun in a musical, and they would parody it exactly this way with the over-the-top smiles and the head bobbing. But there was something to, again, similar to what I was saying about the over-the-top comedy of the Michael Jackson guy, something refreshing about seeing that and like, no, it's not a parody.
I mean, it did look like a fun picnic.
That's what it did. It looked fun.
Yeah.
I want to have fun like that.
Even when they were the just like...
it feels kind of hard to analyze this movie because it's just
yes.
like Nightmare with oddities stuck in. It's
It
like,
is a nightmare.
hey, we released Nightmare, but we put 2 unrelated
we
dance numbers in.
we remade Nightmare with less money.
And yet,
they sold it to us.
And yet, well, like I said, we were talking about this. I really expected a slog through. There is a sense of style and energy and its own language.
Yes,
There is. Until I told you to pause and check where we were at about an hour 45. And at that point, genuinely, yes, I was kind of like, get this thing off. But I have to say, until then, I was really with it. And in the first
Funnily
hour,
enough,
I was kind of like, this is one of the most blast times I've had with you
After
guys
we
watching
paused,
this.
we got the dance number in the
In
disco.
the yes.
With the 4 girls and the guys getting drunk and imagining the main girl is Anita. And that was kind of fun and kind of picked up the energy
Yeah.
at a spot where you were kind of dipping. So maybe the dance numbers are necessary.
Well,
I liked them.
It's both a palate cleanser and is a shot of energy because all the music is
Terrible.
It's terrible, but it's very pep.
Oh, no, I mean, I like the actual... Well, the picnic song is very fun.
Yes.
And the disco song is pretty fun. But the music throughout...
Oh, no, the music... And the music, once again, is shameless.
Yes.
Shamelessly stolen from Nightmare on Elm Street and the Flashdance, which probably we can't play it exactly because of YouTube. But, yes, there is a...
Flashdance is with Jennifer Lopez?
No, Flashdance is with Jennifer Beal. He was one of the...
You're thinking of Enough.
I think that it was the movie that put Joe Esteras on the map.
Who's that?
Is the screenwriter who eventually wrote Showgirls.
Did you guys hear they're doing a sequel to Enough?
How was it going to be called?
Enough already.
Okay. No, okay.
Forgive me for my placid response to that. That's actually literally one of my favorite jokes Matthew's ever made. I've just heard it for a while, but I fucking love that joke.
I wanted to do a horror movie called I Know What Else You Did Last Summer.
And it's about taking out a second mortgage and how tough it's been.
You never know. It could be anything. Maybe she baked cookies.
You know, that might actually not be a bad jams because it has been such a ridiculous...
I just watched it recently.
Okay, not for you. You screwed it up, but I think I have not seen it since I was a teenager.
No, but it had that effect when I watched it of like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Does it suck?
No, I mean, yeah, but no.
How's Jennifer Love's acting?
Great. That and
What
Can't
are you
Hardly
waiting for?
He's just out there and he's watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Can't Hardly Wait was in her. She was in her prime.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's where What Are You Waiting For is from? It's funny. I love that scene. That is one of my favorite jokes in Scary Movie. So I associate it with Scary Movie, which is mostly based on Scream, and I thought it was a Scream joke. Is it?
What are you waiting for?
It's Don't Know. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
She opens the trunk. There is the body with all the crabs. She goes calling their friends. Come back. Somehow the killer was able to remove the corpse of
and the
every
crabs.
single crab.
Those
And-
things get everywhere too.
Oh yes.
You got to
And-
shampoo for days.
And yes, and
The killer was able to remove the crabs. I could have used him down that time in Tijuana when I was going crab fishing.
That's
and I got too many. I needed someone to help the abundance with me.
And surprisingly, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is a sequel is much worse.
Wait, I'm sorry. You think they both suck ass?
I mean, they have their iconic place
Yes.
in horror.
And
filmography.
but surprisingly enough, the third one, which is I Know I Should.
No, there doesn't exist a third one. What are you talking about?
There's a third
What?
one.
There's probably like 5.
No, I think that they stopped at 3, but
I'll always know what you did.
I Always Know What You Did. Yes,
And they made a new series out of it.
But surprisingly, the third one is supernatural.
What year?
There is a huge gap between the second one and the third one.
Um,
It's like today, I receive an email.
literally today?
Yes. From Hamilton Books, which is a wonderful place. Check Hamilton Books. You get a bunch of books and DVDs for nothing, all new, but next to nothing.
Unfortunately, they're all about Alexander Hamilton.
No, but they say,
Some.
for $4.95 you can buy this DVD with all of the 4 Dragonheart.
Hello.
I say, they made 4 Dragonheart.
Wait, hold on.
For some reason, I remember seeing
Hold on.
part of the third or fourth one in the CGI. Oh my god!
I'm sorry. What? How many? I Know What You Did are there?
3 definitely.
And I think there's a series.
Can
now.
can we do the third one on the show then? Because I didn't know what fucking idea they existed. This is a Pat Morita, Jay Leno moment. I had no clue that they did a third one.
I mean,
no
that's
clue.
not that surprising.
It is surprising.
No, it's not that surprising.
It's not surprising they would do it. It's surprising I don't know of its existence.
Surprising to him.
Well, like I said, they also have. I'm pretty sure they have a series now. I Know What You Did, and like the same way they did Scream on.
Was the
Okay.
Scream series
TV.
good?
It was a Scream
I think I
series.
saw the first episode, and that was about it.
I have the whole.
The new one, the new Scream
the
movie
first
kicked
season.
ass. It's just they finally got to that point where there's no plot holes or lapses in logic.
What?
He's just making a joke.
Oh, his making is sending a bait.
I didn't
to
even
see
want.
if we actually.
I didn't even
trap.
want to pile on that because I enjoyed it, and then Matthew had to destroy it with all his logic.
If you're gonna kill,
No, I dude. The reason I'm pissed you said that is because it seems unforgivable. We don't need to really get into this because it is literally part of Jams already. But you're right. It's once you bring it up, it's unforgivable.
not only that she can kick his ass, but the fact that Dewey doesn't stop to put a bullet
Yes.
through the head, take the mask off the second he's the
Or at
person
least
gets
take the
knocked
mask
out.
off.
Yes.
I'll even take not the bullet, but just be like, oh, it's
mostly Dewey has survived 4 screams, and he knows exactly the rules. Plus, not to mention that she gets shot, and then we see her at the party. She's fine.
All right. Yeah, this is just getting worse and worse. Let's stop because I enjoyed Scream 5 until you pointed out how it doesn't work. in any
Scream
way, shape, or
4
form.
was fucking great.
Yes.
Scream 4 is some fame cancer shit. I remember Hayden Panettiere, who I think is coming back for part 6.
Scream 4 had more memorable characters, which was also my criticism of this new Scream. Didn't have the stew of the situation, didn't have the Jamie Kennedy character, didn't have the Matthew Lillard character. There wasn't, all the characters were kind of like blah. There was no
By the way, did you, speaking of Hayden Panettiere and how good she was in Scream 4, and she's coming back, like I said, but did you guys hear she got into a fight with a Japanese fisherman?
What?
Hayden Panettiere got into a fight with a Japanese fisherman.
Hayden Panettiere got into a fight with a dolphin fisherman.
A dolphin fisherman? A genetic mutation?
No, a fisherman who fishes for dolphins.
Dolphins hired him to fish for them?
What, they're so not messed up, can't find fish anymore? Alright, you two, please try to follow me. The fisherman fishes for dolphins. He catches them, and Hayden Panettiere got into a fist fight with the fisherman.
You just said it wasn't a fist fight.
I meant verbal disagreement. You two are scrambling my brains.
So yes, let's do the new. I know what you did last summer. Where the fuck were we with Mahakaal?
Mahakaal.
Malakalikimaka.
Malakalikimaka is a thing to say.
Mahakaal. Mahakaal. The 2A.
Meowth.
I'm thinking of well, never mind.
Well, it's funny because I think it's genuinely I feel like we say this maybe every fucking episode, but this one it really is hard to break down because even enjoying it mostly, it's like it's like I said, trying to remember a dream. Like, so this was Nightmare with a picnic dance scene and
Yes.
a rapist on the
standing there, which was
a lot of great imagery.
I mean, I guess maybe that's how they store.
Oh yes, and he stole also the bit the.
Come on, honey, we've got to get back. Come to mommy.
Anita?
Wait, I'm sorry. We did get into how Mateo found this. We did.
I was doing some research for one previous episode, and I don't remember exactly how.
He passed out.
Yeah.
woke up. It was on his lap.
I passed out, and I woke up.
It was the DVD fairy.
There were a series of Z on the keyboard. No, and I.
That's a very funny, simple visual gag. Someone asleep on a keyboard and a bunch of Z's have written out. Someone put that away for something.
Sure.
It's really good.
Don't use it.
Oh yeah, don't use it.
TM.
But I remember that I was. I think there was probably was during the
Holocaust.
When I was researching for Cruel Jaws, I was saying, okay, let's see if it's possible to do movies that blatantly rip off other movies.
Oh shit! This is the same director, right?
No, this one was Rats was the same director. This one are two brothers from India.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, Ramsey, the brother Ramsey, or Ramsay. Or something
Oh
like that.
Jesus! With the seizure-inducing, directed by title
Yes.
screen.
Oh yeah. The opening credits they have the. It's a very weird movie, but it's. I think if you like horror and anomalies, this should be actually watched.
It's not unentertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very very weird.
I would have cut, personally,
Good hour and 45 minutes from
15, 20, because when I asked you to pause and see how much was left, I was kind of done. Before then, I was having a blast. Genuinely. It wasn't even like this is a bad blast. I was just kind of.
What happened at the second to flip the switch?
It was just a little too long.
It's mostly is that it's
like House Shark.
There are a lot of sequences. There are a lot of sequences that they really need to be made more tight.
Well, also think about taking out all the the picnic dance number and the beach dance number, taking those out completely, how much more of a, okay, I understand what's happening in the story. Because we break for like some classic 60s.
Speaking of things that need to be more tight, let's talk about Tara Reid's anus.
Let's vote.
Who wants to start?
I can start
okay.
if you want.
But, you should also probably do a quick, what I do a leg cross as you vote, because otherwise we're simply not going to get a shot of all that beautifulness on your feet, which is what the director of foot fetish.
A leg cross like this. You mean? Okay, yes.
That's kind of weird that you said that.
What?
It makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't think you should have done it.
I uncross the legs.
Thank you.
Why does it make you feel uncomfortable?
You shouldn't tell people to cross their legs like that.
Well, I was younger. I needed the money, or whatever. So I would go with 4.
Okay.
Because first of all, and it's one thing that it's the usual catch-22 that I had with when Gus Van Sant redid Psycho. So you can't say that it's a bad movie because it's based upon something great that works. And by redoing it almost verbatim, if you trash that one, necessarily you trash...
But Hitchcock, that hack, never put in a masturbation scene.
True, it's only implied. I'm sorry?
It's waiting for it.
Yes, it's implied. But my God, if you watch Vertigo, there is a masturbation palooza.
The bathroom.
Anyways, 4 is my vote.
Wow.
I get close to that, but I feel like, first of all, I'd like to say it's very interesting that this is a Freddy ripoff, because it does feel very dreamlike, to where I'm thinking back on it, it almost has this strange effect of, I don't know if because it was kind of surreal, but it's like, wait, that happened? We watched that? That was a movie? Even though we watched a lot of weird stuff, this did have some sort of interesting dream effect. I did...
Took a lot of our day.
1, 2, guys, 3, and I'm going to go with 3.5 because, like I said, until I asked Mateo to pause it and see how much was left, I really was with it, and something about the clown in me really appreciated the insane over-the-top of our comedic relief guy.
And you like the picnic song.
I like the picnic song, genuinely. I like the fact that it's a Wet Hot American Summer parody scene done genuinely. So I would have trimmed. I did get bored, but otherwise I wanted to give it a little boost up from what you voted, because it's a unique type of deal. Kept me entertained mostly, and I would agree that if you're curious, you probably should watch it. Oh, that was a nice move.
Yes.
But it's on you.
Probably going to go with the same exact. I'm going to take the other half and do 1, 2...
3.5?
3.5. For the same reasons. Picnic song was a lot of fun. Wish I was friends with those people.
Yeah, right.
And while they
Get in, loser, we're going picnicking.
They did have a lot of recreations of previously done scenes in horror films. There were some that had a twist to them. And it was not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Agree, yeah, definitely.
Actually, yes. Let me catch back.
What?
Half.
Is this allowed?
Half. Yes, we did it. Let me catch back half. Whoop. For the Cobra scene.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Well, guys, like we said, if you are curious, you will probably enjoy this. Definitely worth a watch, I would think.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Fast forward a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very long.
And as indicated by this little pumpkin here, we are in the middle of the spooky season. We hope you guys are enjoying. I know a lot of you are horror/Halloween freaks. Join us for the next 2 weeks when we'll have 2 more oddball horror movies, one of which is, it's an all-time favorite.
Maybe we'll have more than 2.
Yeah.
और बहुत अच्छा सामान भी अच्छा बोल ना इसका क्या करना
Because she got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
While you were still learning how to spell your name, I was being trained to conquer galaxies.
This broth is miraculous. It contains sap from the forest. It is a concentration of all of the vegetal properties.
What goes on in this town is none of your business.
As long as I'm living here, it is.
Then maybe you shouldn't be living here!
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Bring me everyone. What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone!
Why did you judge me?
You killed innocent people.
The means to an end.
You started a massacre.
I caused the revolution.
You betrayed the law!
Law! Get ready to fuck! You fuckers, fucker! You fucker! Don't you fucking look at me!
Garbage day! Huh? No!
I don't think we should talk about it. Unless you're prepared to kill them.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.